conditions here in the Northeast, 24.
Now, the news with Gary Liberatore and meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us here on this Wednesday. I'm Gary Liberatore.
And I'm Storm Tracker 2 meteorologist Eric Gage.
And let the heat roll on, right? It's continuing again today.
Yes, that's right. Sunshine this morning, along with warmer temperatures. In fact, it's warmer today than it was yesterday morning. Let's take a look at those current conditions out there right now. It is currently 67 in Rome already. It's 70 out in Syracuse. 61 in Hamilton, some higher elevations in the 50s, 58 degrees in Saranac Lake. And a live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 live radar. Overall, things are pretty quiet. However, same chances today as yesterday for an isolated thunderstorm to pop up with that high heat and the high humidity for this afternoon. Just a heads up for that. But other than that, overall, pretty summer-like day, mainly dry over much of the region. Clouds will increase by this evening and tonight, and then following that, say goodbye to the summer-like weather with those high temperatures, high humidity, as low pressure moves in, not bringing washouts every day of the next 7 days, but rain chances pretty much every day. We'll talk about those chances and how cool we get in that forecast straight ahead. Gary?
Eric, thanks. And don't forget, the Storm Tracker 2 forecast is never more than 10 minutes away. Well, in just
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired.
Welcome back. The time now is 5:13, and we're getting you set for your workday as you head out on your morning and evening commute. And first off, let's take a live look across some parts of our region on traffic cameras, and so far, pretty predictable. Dry weather, warm as well, with temperatures already in some spots nearing 70 degrees. You don't quite need that heavy jacket, in fact, a jacket at all heading out this morning. You definitely won't need it by this afternoon with warmer conditions. But take a look at traffic flow data coming in across central New York. A reminder, if you did not tune in to News Channel 2 at sunrise yesterday, there is a traffic alert to pass along. Route 20 is closed for the next few weeks as they work on some road conditions along the side of the road. So in order to take the detour, you must go up Route 51, then along Jordanville Road, and then down Route 28. That is the official detour provided by the Department of Transportation. And so for today, again, we're talking about temperatures starting out in the 60s, near 70 degrees, climbing to the mid-80s, dry weather, potentially a stray thunderstorm by the afternoon, but we're going to say goodbye to the summer-like conditions, and we'll start to see some cooler temperatures and more unsettled conditions in that full forecast straight ahead. Gary?
Eric, thanks. Well, he gave nearly half a century of his life.
From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning. Welcome back. Happy Wednesday, everyone. The time now is 5:21, and it's shaping up to be yet again another midsummer-like day across central New York. A live look at downtown Utica at this point. Again, clear skies, temperatures in the low 60s to mid-60s, and at Griffiths and Rome, even warmer, 67 degrees with clear skies. Of course, higher humidity across the region. We can see that humidity on the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 live radar. Lots of light green getting picked up. That the radar scans the atmosphere and sends back signals of particles in the atmosphere. When there's plenty of moisture, not quite rain, it sends back as a signal, which is why we are seeing light green across the region. And in fact, today, temperatures climbing into the mid-80s, similar to yesterday, with plenty of sunshine to start. A slight risk of a pop-up thunderstorm in the afternoon, but we'll take our chances with dry weather for most of central New York for today. One thing to mention, though, I think that it's been a very, I would say, not the, what's the word I'm looking for? A very pollen-y-like year. I'm trying to figure out a way to word it just the right way. I think that this is pretty much a scene that a lot of us have seen across the region. Scraping pollen off the car, even washing the car initially. My car got pollen over it once more, and the high pollen counts continue for today, but as we head into tomorrow, the pollen count will lower following widespread rain. And then on the medium levels of things as we approach Friday and Saturday, the top allergens so far at this point of the year being grasses, oak, and hickory. Radar and satellite showing high pressure, still keeping things relatively dry across central New York, but here comes our pattern change. Now currently over with the Wisconsin area, northern peninsula of Michigan, slowly creeping towards central New York. And in our Skycast today, sunshine climbing into the 80s once more. Then you can see here a small chance of a pop-up shower or thunderstorm later on in the day. Then by tonight, initially dry. Then here comes the widespread rain tomorrow morning. A bit of a rainy commute as you head out to work. Then by the afternoon, around 1:30, we could see a secondary line produce additional showers and potentially downpours and thunderstorms this as well. The latest trends have this secondary line a little bit stronger than what we were expecting yesterday. But regardless, by the evening, we could see some sunshine wrapping up on Thursday, but we're still going to be in this pattern of on and off rain. And this will continue into the weekend and into the start of next week. And so for today, a high of 88, warm, isolated thunderstorm. By tonight, a low of 66, increasing clouds and mild. 7-day forecast, showers and storms tomorrow. But the main thing I want to emphasize with the 7-day forecast is not every day will it be a complete washout from sunrise to sunset, but it just means that there's going to be rain chances every day of the next 7 days in some part of the region. Gary?
A lot different from the last few.
Yes, largely different.
Eric, thanks. The time right now is 5:24. Still ahead on Sunrise. Job openings have fallen to their lowest point in 3 years. In another signal, the U.S. economy is slowing. We'll explain what it all means straight ahead. Plus, the popular probiotic drink Poppy is
The news with Gary Liberatore and meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us for this half hour. I'm Gary Liberatore.
And I'm Storm Tracker 2, meteorologist Eric Gage.
And this could be one of the hottest starts to a June we've ever seen.
Yes, it's very warm. Temperatures already in the upper 60s, near 70 in some spots out near Syracuse.
Wow.
And it's going to continue to warm up into the 80s yet again today. So let's take a look at those current conditions. As we mentioned, already in the 60s in some spots, 67 Rome, a little cooler, 59 in Hamilton, but 70 already out in the Syracuse region, 68 heading closer to Albany. But plenty of sunshine across central New York, and although the radar is showing lots of light green, that just indicates that there's a lot of humidity in the air, and it will be another hot and humid day all across central New York. And so next 12 hours, talking about sunshine to start, temperatures 60s, right in the upper 70s by 10 a.m., 80s by noontime, lingering throughout the afternoon, increasing clouds, potential for a stray thunderstorm similar to yesterday with this high heat and humidity. But following today, the summer-like conditions come to an end. We are tracking cooler temperatures, more unsettled weather, and we'll talk about how much these days could be a washout or not in that forecast straight ahead. Gary?
Eric, thanks. In an election year.
Welcome back. Happy Wednesday, everyone. We are taking a look at our photo of the day on this Wednesday, and a great photo submitted to us in Bridgewater of some vibrant poppies. Now, I don't think I've seen poppies this bright before. I think they were on the darker side. This look like they're purple on the inside as well. Great photo submitted to us by Kathy in Bridgewater. Again, very beautiful spring-like photo. Hope this brightens your day. If you want to submit a photo like this one, send the link on top of your screen, WKTV.com/weather/pics. Do you have your photo potentially featured right here on News Channel 2 at sunrise every weekday? And now to our Facebook poll of the week. This week, Bill decided to ask the question of, what do you consider cool? And the overwhelming response was 50s. 40s had 12% of the vote, 60s had 31% of the vote, and 70s had 6%. And there was some very important dialogue going on in the comments regarding that it is relative. 50s in spring or 50s in late winter is a lot warmer than 50s in summertime. Now, how about you, Gary? What do you consider 50s? Or what do you consider cool?
I'll go with 40s.
40s?
Yeah, 40s.
I would say the same thing, 40s. 50s, I mean, light sweater weather, 60s, t-shirt, maybe some shorts if you're up there in the humidity range. But again, in my opinion, I think that 50s and 40s, right around that range is what I consider cool. So again, today, nothing like 40s and 50s. In fact, more so 80s with high humidity. And we're tracking when we could see 40s and 50s in that forecast straight ahead. Gary?
So we are doubly cool today then.
Yeah, doubly cool.
Yeah. Well, local elementary school students got up close.
New York's most dependable weather team. Here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning. Welcome back. The time now is 5:47, and so far it's shaping up to be a really nice day today with sunshine to start. Temperatures already in the 60s. If you take a live look outside on our Nexus camera at downtown Utica. Throughout the day today, clouds will increase a little bit from the south and west, but overall, very warm, summer-like. Temperatures approaching the mid-80s this afternoon with high humidity as well, and that could fire up a thunderstorm or two. Similar to yesterday, although we were on the lucky side with most of us remaining entirely dry. Now, a live look at the Ortford Battery Storm Tracker 2 live radar. We are picking up I would say high humidity, but potentially as well, maybe some pollen in the atmosphere at this point. The radar is picking up a lot of noise, as with humid days, usually when the air is dry. We don't really see too much interference with the radar, but nothing is raining at this point. And temperatures starting out in the 60s this morning, some spots 50s, climbing to the mid-80s. It's going to be a very warm day again. So if you are working outside with the high humidity, I recommend packing an extra bottle of water with you as well, just to remain cool during the daytime today. But this is only temporary. You won't need extra bottles of water as we head into the next few days with cooler temperatures. Now, Bill decided to post this on Facebook yesterday, and it gave me a laugh because I feel like this is how our year has been shaping up so far. So much pollen, as if we haven't really left winter. We are scraping the pollen off our cars again. And I think that this pollen season has been pretty significant with the amount of rain we saw in the early spring, followed by that dry weather really ramping things up. And so very high pollen for today. Then as we approach tomorrow, widespread rain puts a dampening on the pollen count before we return to medium levels by Friday and Saturday. Bigger picture, dry over the northeast right now, but here's our weather maker out to the west, and we'll start to see arrive at the earliest early tomorrow morning. And so skycast, sunshine, a few clouds, potentially a pop-up thunderstorm here and there by this afternoon and this evening. Then tonight, overnight lows only falling into the low to mid 60s with widespread rain showers for your morning commute Thursday, and then a brief window of dry weather, potentially another round of some moderate to heavier rain showers by the mid-afternoon. And then by the evening, we could see a window of dry conditions with sunshine, but overall, the pattern will remain over the next few days of on and off rain showers, pretty unsettled conditions. And so for today, a high of 88, warm, isolated thunderstorm. By tonight, a low of 66, mild with increasing clouds. 7-day forecast. It's looking a bit unsettled beyond today, into the weekend, and next week. A reminder that we're seeing a lot of rain in the 7-day. Not every day will be a washout from sunrise to sunset, but a reminder that it's going to be, we'll be seeing rain chances pretty much every day of the next 7 days. Gary?
Eric, thanks. Over 2,000 people flocked to the state. 24.
Now, the news with Gary Liberatore and meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us. I'm Gary Liberatore.
And I'm Storm Tracker 2, meteorologist Eric Gage.
Yet another hot day in early June. This is an amazing stretch.
Yes, beautiful stretch of weather. Over the weekend, low humidity, lots of sunshine. Today, higher humidity, but still lots of sunshine. And let's enjoy all we have it because this is not going to last all too long for the rest of the work week. But first, let's take a look at what's going on out there right now early this morning. 66 in Rome, 57 Hamilton, 70 Syracuse, 70 up in Watertown as well, with lots of sunshine all across New York State. Matter of fact, pretty much the entire state is under mostly sunny skies, with the exception of the areas well up north of the North Country. And a live look at the Ortford Battery Storm Tracker 2 live radar. We are picking up interference with some, I would say, moisture, potentially a mix of pollen as well. with the high humidity early this morning. But regardless, it's looking entirely dry for the morning and early afternoon. However, by the evening, we could see a stray thunderstorm pop up similar to yesterday, although yesterday actually we lucked out with mainly dry weather across the region. So again, almost a repeat of yesterday for today. And unfortunately, though, not a repeat of today for tomorrow. We're tracking changes in the weather, a bit of a cool down, not too cool, but noticeable, and then a overall unsettled weather pattern as we approach the end of the work week into the weekend. We'll talk about the rain chances and what we can expect for the beginning of next week in that forecast straight ahead. Gary?
Eric, thanks. And don't forget the Storm Tracker 2 forecast is never more than 10 minutes away. Well, in just 24 hours.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired.
Good morning. The time now is 6:13, and we're getting you set as you head out the door on your Munson CommuteCast as you look at road conditions heading to work today and as you head home on your evening commute. First off, a live look at traffic cameras across central New York. So far, we've got dry conditions all across the region and a very mild start today, too. Temperatures already in the 60s in some spots, nearing 70 in others. And a live look at traffic flow data. Still everything coming in, no accidents to report at this point, with green pretty much across the board. The only thing, though, again, that Route 20 closure for those of you who missed the update yesterday morning. The new detour officially posted by the Department of Transportation. Route 20 is closed between Route 51 and Route 28 for just a small section right here next to Route 51. And the detour is heading up to Route 51, eventually over to Jordanville Road, Route 18, and then eventually back down to Route 28. So that's the official detour for the larger vehicles that can handle the higher traffic load. So again, this is the scene for today and for the next few weeks as this planned road closure takes place. And so for today, we're talking about temperatures starting out in the 60s, climbing to the near mid to upper 80s by this afternoon, potentially a stray thunderstorm or two. We'll talk about those thunderstorm chances and when we see that cool down in that forecast straight ahead. Gary?
Eric, thanks. Chief Russell Brooks gave nearly
New York's most dependable weather team. Here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning. Welcome back, everyone. This Wednesday is shaping up to be a very similar day to yesterday. Slightly warmer with temperatures in the mid-80s for highs. A live look at downtown Utica right now. Gorgeous blue skies. A very, very nice start to the day today. 62 degrees already in downtown Utica at this point with, of course, dry conditions. A little warmer in Rome at 66 degrees. And the humidity starting to rise once more. And this will be the final midsummer-like day for the next several days. So get out and enjoy it while we still have the nice weather. But again, it quickly climbs into the mid-80s with high humidity this afternoon. So if you are heading out or doing some outdoor work today, I recommend potentially keeping an extra bottle of water handy to cool off, or just extra methods to cool off during the afternoon and evening. A live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 live radar. You can see here just some interference in the radar at this point, light green, but this is not indicating rain, just higher humidity across central New York. Throughout the day, we climb into the mid-80s for highs, and overall, plenty of sunshine with increasing clouds by the evening and potentially a stray thunderstorm or two. Something that Bill posted a day or so ago that I think really emphasizes what the season has been like. Lots of pollen. Almost felt like winter hasn't really ended. It was scraping off the cars still, too, with lots of pollen. I know I washed my car recently, and more pollen just fell on it in the span of just a few days. And the pollen counts still remain pretty high for today. Then a lower pollen count tomorrow with widespread rain arriving from the southwest. And then Friday and Saturday, returning to medium levels of pollen. The top allergens, by the way, so far at this point in the season being grasses, oak, and hickory. Radar and satellite showing quiet conditions across the northeast. Our next weather maker right here out to the west. And this will arrive roughly by early tomorrow morning. But for today, though, midsummer. Temperatures in the mid-80s to potentially upper 80s in some spots. A stray pop-up thunderstorm or two, otherwise mostly dry. Heading into tomorrow morning, here we can see the widespread rain showers arriving from pretty much all of central New York. Then we dry out a little bit. Another round of potentially some heavier downpours and thunderstorms by the mid-afternoon. And we dry out again with sunshine by Thursday evening. But this is a tale of what we can expect as we head throughout the rest of the work week and into the weekend. And so for today, high of 88, warm, isolated thunderstorm. By tonight, a low of 66, increasing clouds and mild. Your 7-day forecast. It's going to be slightly cooler the next several days, but although we're not tracking complete washouts, there are rain chances pretty much every day of the next 7, with temperatures in the upper 60s, low 70s, lower humidity relatively. And so far, not looking too good in terms of rain chances for the ride for missing children. Gary?
We'll have to wait and see.
Yes, hopefully things change.
That's for sure. And be sure to like us on Facebook and follow.
Now, the news with Gary Liberatore and meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us for this half hour. I'm Gary Liberatore.
And I'm Storm Tracker 2, meteorologist Eric Gage.
Boy, for those with a pool, they're having a field day this week.
Yes, pool weather for yesterday, today, maybe not so much tomorrow. So let's enjoy the nice weather today while we have it. It's very warm already with temperatures in the 60s, believe it or not, very warm. Let's take a look at those current conditions across central New York. Again, 66 already in Rome, 61 Hamilton, 70 in Syracuse, even 70 up in Watertown at this point. So it's a very warm start to the day. Of course, plenty of sunshine. Here's a live view of the morning sky facing the east from our camera atop Hartwick College in Oneonta. And a live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 live radar. Everything is quiet and dry early this morning. And over the next 12 hours, we start out in the 60s, climb to the upper 70s by 10 a.m., noontime to 4 p.m., already in the low to mid 80s. Some spots could climb into the upper 80s. Now, clouds will increase by this evening, potentially a stray thunderstorm or two similar to yesterday. Almost, a matter of fact, a carbon copy of yesterday's weather with the high heat and humidity. But following today, there won't be a repeat of today for tomorrow. We're tracking a bit of a cool down and more unsettled weather and that full forecast straight ahead. Gary?
Eric, thanks. In an election year move.
Good morning, welcome back. We are taking a look at our photo of the day on this Wednesday, and this one was submitted to us again on our website, WKTV.com, and of vibrant poppies in Bridgewater by Kathy. And these are very interesting flowers, very bright, and overall a very beautiful flower as well. Want to submit a photo like this one? Send to the link on top of your screen, WKTV.com/weather/pics, for your chance for your photo to be featured right here on News Channel 2 at sunrise every weekday. And then talking about our poll of the week, we asked all of you on Facebook, at least yesterday, what is your definition of cool? And no, it's not Gary Liberatore.
Oh, nice.
It is the overwhelming answer of 50s. 51% of the vote, 60s, 31%. We had 923 votes officially tallied as of this morning. And so I think the overall call is 50s and then the 60s being number 2. And Gary, what is your definition of cool?
I'll go with 40 degrees. I know I don't mind the 50s at all.
Yeah, I would say the same thing. Upper 50s, not too bad. Also, the sunshine adds to it. If it's sunny out in 50s versus cloudy in 50s, big difference right there. So again, there is the poll right there. We're going to do another poll next week on my Facebook page. You can go and vote for that on facebook.com/EricGageWKTV. Gary?
What a great thing you started there. That's pretty neat.
It's pretty fun doing it, asking all the questions about it.
Yeah, Eric, thanks. Local elementary school students go up close and
New York's most dependable weather team. Here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning, welcome back. The time now is 6:46 and it's turning out to be a very nice morning. In fact, almost perfect morning. Lots of sunshine, temperatures already in the 60s. Take a live look outside in Oneonta. Sun already well above the horizon. We're entering one of the few longest days of the year as we head to the next few weeks. And our sky watchers checking in across central New York. with temperatures in the 50s and 60s. Mike in New Hartford 65, Bob in Clinton 65 as well. Todd out in Westdale with 59 degrees. Bill in Old Forge with 57. And Devin Harwick, 55, Stuart Cooperstown, 62, Mark Milford, 58, Gary Skeevis, 55 degrees, and Scott and Evanston also with 55 degrees. And the radar is quiet and dry for now, and as we head throughout the afternoon, remaining mostly dry. Then by the evening, we could see a stray thunderstorm or two pop up, but it's going to be a warm one. Highs approaching the mid-80s by this evening. So say goodbye to these temperatures because following today, it's going to feel a little bit cooler. Not a huge cool down, but enough to where we're not seeing midsummer-like conditions. Now, we have a photo that Bill posted on his Facebook page a few days ago of someone scraping pollen off their windshield. And I think this has been a pretty similar sight to a lot of us with the amount of pollen we've seen. This spring has been very pollen heavy. And we'll continue to see high pollen counts for today with the high humidity and high temperatures. Following that, though, we'll see a bit of a break in the pollen counts tomorrow as widespread rain clears out the atmosphere a little bit. But as we approach Friday and Saturday, the pollen levels return to medium levels. And the top allergens at this part of the season, grasses, oak, and hickory. Bigger picture, quiet across the northeast, rain showers out west. This will bring with it again, widespread rain tomorrow morning, the official timing of the arrival of those rain showers. As you can see here, though, today, dry. Maybe a stray thunderstorm or two by the evening, temperatures climbing into the mid to upper 80s. Then tomorrow morning, here's that widespread rain pushing through. We see a bit of a break in the rain, then another return to rain showers by the early afternoon. These could produce some heavier downpours as well as thunder and lightning. And then following that, we'll dry out by the evening, but more rain chances are on the way. And this will be somewhat indicative of what we can expect rain-wise, or at least condition-wise, heading into the weekend. And so for today, high of 88, warm, isolated thunderstorm. By tonight, a low of 66. Increasing clouds and overall pretty mild. Your 7-day forecast. We've got cooler temperatures on the way. This weekend, highs only in the 60s. It'll feel a bit damp as well. And even though we've got rain the next 7 days on each icon, it's not going to be a washout for sunrise to sunset. So the good news is that as well. It's not going to be cloudy and rainy the whole time, but rain chances each day of the week. Gary?
A little bit here, a little bit there.
Yes.
Well, over 2,000 people flocked to the Stanley in Utica.
Now, the news with Gary Liberatore and meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us here on the CW11. I'm Gary Liberatore.
And I'm Storm Tracker 2 meteorologist Eric Gage.
And if you like the heat, you're in store for yet another summer-like day today.
Yes, beautiful weather to start. Already in the 60s, Gary.
It is warm out there.
Very warm out there indeed. Let's take a live look at those current conditions at this point. Still 66 in Rome, 63 Hamilton, 70 Syracuse. Overall, 60s and 70s. In fact, it climbed to the 60s in Saranac Lake, so pretty much all of central New York, or at least all of upstate New York on these weather stations are in the 60s or above. And a live look at Oneonta, sun well above the horizon. It is going to be a very warm day. Live look at the radar, things are quiet and dry. We'll potentially see a stray thunderstorm this afternoon, but besides that, mostly dry weather. Temperatures climbing into the mid to upper 80s. Now, clouds will increase a little bit this evening, and then by tonight, we'll start out dry, then widespread rain arrives for your morning commute tomorrow. And then a pattern change as we head into the next few days. We'll talk about that pattern change, how cool we get, and rain chances for the rest of the week in that forecast straight ahead. Gary?
Eric, thanks. In just 24 hours, the world will pause.
From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning. Welcome back. The time now is 7:23, and so far it's shaping out to be a very nice morning with sunshine and temperatures already in the 60s. Let's take a live look outside from our camera in the Nexus Center. Gorgeous blue skies facing the east, now up to 66 in Utica. And across central New York from our sky watchers checking in, 65 with Bob in Clinton, 65 as well with Mike in New Hartford. Todd out in Westdale at 59 degrees. Bill in Old Forge, 57. Jeff in Mohawk with 65 degrees. And then finally in the southern valleys, we have multiple areas of 55. Gary, Deb, and Scott in Edmiston, Hartwick, and Snevis with 55. Mark and Milford 58. Stewart and Cooperstown with 62 degrees. And the radar is dry this morning, and we're expecting a mainly dry day, potentially a stray thunderstorm by the afternoon and evening. But similar to yesterday, those chances are still on the low side. And throughout the day, we climb into the low 80s by around 11 a.m. and noontime, mid 80s to upper 80s by 2 to 4 p.m. And with the warm temperatures, higher humidity, and overall pretty dry weather, this might be a bit on the overstatement of pollen, but you can kind of get an idea of how much pollen we've seen recently over the past few days. And we got very high pollen counts for today. Following that, we'll see a bit of a break in the pollen tomorrow with the rain showers arriving. And then we'll see just some medium levels of pollen by Thursday or Friday and Saturday. The top allergens so far at this point in the season still being grasses, oak, and hickory. Radar and satellite showing dry conditions over the northeast. However, rain arriving from the west as we approach the morning hours tomorrow. But for today, though, summer-like, at least mid-summer-like conditions. Temperatures approaching the mid-80s. Plenty of sunshine. Stray thunderstorm here and there this evening. Otherwise, still looking at mainly dry conditions. Lows will fall down into the mid-60s. And then we'll see widespread rain for your morning commute as you head out to work tomorrow morning. Then, by the late morning, a bit of a lull in the rain showers before yet again another round of some rain moves through. Depending on how much remaining instability there is, there could be some heavier downpours as well as some thunderstorms embedded with that system as well. And that'll be the tail of what we can see following tomorrow and into the near-term stretch. But for today, though, high of 88, warm, isolated thunderstorm by tonight. A low of 66, increasing clouds and mild. 7-day forecast, a little cooler as we head into the weekend. Rain chances pretty much every day, but not every day is a washout from sunrise to sunset. Raining pretty mild as we head into Monday and Tuesday of next week.
Joining us now, and Erica, a bit of rain this morning, but all in all, not too bad of a day so far, right?
Yeah, pretty mild. The humidity is the noticeable thing. I think it's probably the most humid day we've seen. Even compared to the past few. In fact, let's take a live look outside right now because we've got a few glimpses of sunshine under mainly overcast skies, a few spritzy rain showers here and there, but I wanted to mention the dew point. This is the best way we measure humidity, and factoring in the upper 60s, it's very humid out with temperatures already in the upper 70s. I wouldn't be shocked if we eclipse the 80-degree mark here today. Definitely feels like 80, again, factoring in that humidity. And a live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 live radar. All is quiet and dry here locally, but our attention right now still sticks out to the west. We've got a line of some showers and potentially some thunderstorms. As of now, my thoughts are this might not produce a great lightning show, but there could be some stronger wind gusts embedded in this front. So, of course, we'll keep monitoring this thing as it passes. And, of course, if you want any additional updates regarding this system, potentially any warnings, you can go ahead and download the Storm Tracker weather app below me with the QR code right there. It'll give you notifications of any lightning potential as well as any severe thunderstorm warnings. But, again, next 12 hours, highs upper 70s, near 80 degrees. A few rounds of some thunderstorms in the mid-afternoon, and then we're lucky. We actually could see some sunshine right before sunset, mainly clear skies tonight, and then we're tracking a bit of a cool down the next few days. Details on that straight ahead. Gary?
Eric, thanks. We are following some breaking news right now. State Route 5 in Westbrook.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good afternoon. Welcome back. After some early morning rain, it's dried out a little bit. In fact, some locations seeing some peaks of sunshine. But one thing that is for certain, though, it's warm and it's very humid out right now. And with that potential, we also have the potential for some storms this afternoon. One or two could be on the stronger side, but so far as we're tracking the radar, not a lot of lightning with this. I think the risk is still lower, but non-zero for some stronger wind gusts. Remember, we got a level 1 out of 5 risk for severe storms. which is just above level of garden variety, typical summertime thunderstorms. That's just a heads up for this afternoon. We can see where the storms are, or at least heavy downpours are, on the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 live radar, all out in western New York, right around Geneva, along the I-90 corridor, right between Syracuse. And over the next few hours, this will continue to approach, and also some of these downpours will strengthen as there's some instability still in the atmosphere. But again, today, following this, will actually dry out a little bit heading into early tomorrow morning. And so those of you heading to the Ride for Missing Children, it starts out dry and honestly a lot less humidity tomorrow as well. But by the afternoon, scattered showers begin to return with temperatures approaching the upper 60s to near 70s. But again, following today, the humidity comes to an end. We've got comfortable dew points from Friday lingering into most of the weekend, but also comes a cool down. And on the bigger picture, we can see that cold front, large one, all the way up from Canada, all the way going down to the southeast that stretches through the central New York region. We'll see a low in the rain before a secondary cold front arrives, bringing additional rain showers heading into tomorrow. And so our skycast right now mainly dry, a few spotty rain showers. That line of showers, downpours, and thunderstorms rolls through this afternoon. We could see some peaks of sunshine and a clear sunset. In fact, mainly clear skies tonight and a dry start tomorrow morning before, again, spotty rain showers tomorrow mixed in with some sunshine and clouds. So a mixed bag of weather is in store for us tomorrow with highs only in the upper 60s to low 70s. And so your 7-day forecast, we've got 60s throughout the weekend. It's breezy, it's cool, but on the horizon, summer likes to return Tuesday and Wednesday with some sunshine, temperatures approaching the upper 70s. So we just got to get through this unsettled stretch of weather. And so far, not every day a complete washout. I think maybe we might see some dry weather later on Saturday.
Yeah, the hope for tomorrow.
I hope we dodge those rain showers. Not widespread, but
yeah,
let's hope.
Those riders need it.
Yes.
Eric, thanks. Well, Boeing's first crewed mission of its Starliner capsule is just a...
Look at the forecast with Chief Meteorologist Bill Cardis. What a day. Sunshine, but big changes.
Yes, we are looking at big changes ahead. A cold front is on the way. Now, this evening, we are tracking a couple of isolated storms. This is a live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. I wanted to zoom in across northern Oneida County. This storm, this downpour just north of Rome, these are heading to the north and east, and they're slow movers. So a couple of us getting wet this evening, but that should be the exception rather than the rule. Temperature-wise, 85 degrees, feels like 86 with increasing humidity. It is going to be a very warm night tonight. Good night for the air conditioner if you have it. We're looking at thunderstorms arriving as we head into late tonight as well as tomorrow. This is all part of the big change in the weather. It's looking much cooler, but it's only temporary. In fact, we are taking a look ahead to when the weather will start to improve again coming up. Partly sunny skies this evening. Again, a few isolated thunderstorms. A very mild night tonight, but the weather is going to cool down. Got to look at the forecast coming up. Kristen, back to you.
Tomorrow, the world will pause to remember the...
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Cardis.
Good evening. A very warm day today with a noticeable increase in the humidity. We didn't hit 90 this afternoon, but it was really close. 85 degrees in downtown Utica. This going down as a very warm start to summer. But the weather is going to change, and it starts as we get into the day tomorrow. Tonight, we're not completely rain-free in our area. We're taking a live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar, keeping an eye on a couple of downpours taking place across northern Oneida County. This is north of Rome. This is moving to the north and east, moving towards Boonville at 532, Hawkinsville 538, Woodgate 555. These are slow movers, so they could produce some locally heavy rainfall. And again, maybe a few rumbles of thunder as we head into this evening. We could see a few more of these heading into tonight, but the better chance of rain is going to be tomorrow. As the cold front arrives, we're looking at widespread locally heavy rain possible in the afternoon. And then heading into Friday, that is when the weather changes. Breezy, cooler, some peaks of sunshine, but the general idea is Friday is going to be noticeably cooler. along with that breeze picking up. Now, tomorrow there's a small chance for some gusty winds and locally heavy rain. We're at a low risk for severe weather, but it's not a zero risk. So we'll have to keep an eye on things as we head into the afternoon. By the way, this QR code that you see, the bottom right-hand side of your screen, it's an easy way to download our Storm Tracker 2 weather app. If you have any plans outdoors tomorrow, it's a very easy way to stay on top of the weather. We'll have a look at our temperatures. West Berlin 86 degrees, Dolgeville 89, across Southern Valleys, Sherburne 82 degrees, and Cooperstown with 81. Cold front arriving tomorrow. We can see it to the west tonight, again producing widespread showers and storms. We'll look for the same locally as we head into tomorrow. Tonight, good night for the air conditioner. Overnight lows only in the mid-60s. Showers, thunderstorms possible tomorrow. I'm thinking the timing of this will be in the afternoon, and then we'll get a chance to dry out later in the day. So it doesn't rain from start to finish. Temperatures tomorrow in the upper 70s, and then cooler weather will work in as we head into tomorrow night. Muggy, a few thunderstorms possible late tonight, low of 66. Tomorrow, showers and thunderstorms, a high of 77. Storm Tracker 2 7-day forecast. The right for missing children on Friday looks cloudy, cool with on and off rain showers. Same thing for Saturday and Sunday with high temperatures in the upper 60s. It remains breezy, but the weather does start to turn around. Looks like we're in for about a 4-day stretch of cool weather before we'll notice some improvements. Sunshine returns Tuesday. High temperatures in the upper 70s on Wednesday. I was kind of looking ahead beyond that. It looks like we're going to get closer to weather like today as we look beyond the 7-day.
Well, I listened. I mowed my lawn, just like you told me to.
Good.
All right. Thank you, Bill.
All right, sun is out. Temperature windy.
Well, who's next?
Maybe today's Skycast will tell us. No, I'm just kidding. Here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis.
Yeah, just be careful if you are walking your dog out on days like today. You do want to avoid the heat of the day, but what you don't want to avoid is ice cream. Make sure if you are getting some tonight, you're going to want to eat it fast. It is a warm evening here in central New York. While we didn't officially hit 90 degrees, this does go down as a very warm day here in central New York. Live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. Some scattered showers, a few isolated thunderstorms across northern Oneida County. These are moving to the north and east, so a couple of us getting wet this evening, most of us not. Cooler weather ahead. Temperatures are going to drop into the 70s as we go forward with an increased chance for rain beginning tomorrow. Again, lovely weather to go out and take the dog for a walk. Temperatures will settle back into the lower 80s. Do keep an eye on a few isolated storms this evening. The Walk the Dog forecast, by the way, is brought to you by Nye Automotive Group. We've got some wet weather ahead. A look at your forecast is coming up. Back over to you.
Oh, thanks.
All right, check out this cool picture from space. Syracuse native and astronaut Jeanette.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis.
Good evening. A very warm day today. This warm weather is going to temporarily come to an end as we have our next chance of rain tomorrow, all part of a cold front. Live look in downtown Utica, temperature of 84 degrees. Wanted to give a shout out to the young students at Cooperstown Elementary School today. Got a chance to visit them. They had a lot of questions about severe weather. They came up with some very interesting scenarios about thunderstorms today. Seemed to be a very popular topic. And it's been fun getting the rounds of school visits in, at least for this year. And again, wanted to give them a shout out today. Live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. Most of us are looking at dry weather, but I do want to zoom in on some downpours and some thunderstorms that are taking place across northern Oneida County. These are heading to the north and east. These are on the doorsteps of Boonville, producing some locally heavy rainfall. It's not a severe storm, but just because it's not severe doesn't mean it's not producing some thunder and lightning and some poor visibility with some of that locally heavy rain. This is going to lift to the north and east. There will be more showers and storms in the forecast as we look ahead. In fact, our MoCast has now turned into a no-cast. Just about every day features rain. It's not complete washouts here, but I think it's just not favorable to get that lawn cut. Our MoCast, by the way, is brought to you by Clinton Tractor. Tomorrow afternoon, a low risk for severe weather. It's a non-zero risk. I always want to point that out. Just because it's a low doesn't mean we dismiss it. Some gusty winds, some locally heavy rain possible during the afternoon tomorrow, again, as the cold front arrives. Skywatchers checking in, a very warm day. Bob and Clinton, 84 degrees. Mike and New Hartford, 87. Cassville, 82. Jeff and Mohawk, 86. Stewart and Cooperstown, 78. Skidivas with 82. Cold front approaches from the west. This is going to be our weather maker and the beginning of a pattern change as we head into tomorrow. Tonight, a muggy night, great night to use the air conditioner if you have it. Temperatures drop only into the mid-60s. Showers, thunderstorms are expected tomorrow afternoon. High temperatures climb into the upper 70s. As we head into Friday, more showers, scattered showers. What's going to happen is a low pressure system is going to drop in from the north, and we'll see pop-up showers throughout the day caused by the heating of the sun and cool air aloft. So it's breezy and it's cool, and we'll see on and off showers Friday, Saturday, Sunday, even into very early Monday. Muggy tonight, thunderstorms late, low of 66. Tomorrow, showers and thunderstorms, especially in the afternoon, a high of 77. Storm Tracker 2 7-day forecast. The weather remains unsettled and breezy and cool as we head through the weekend. Some showers here Monday, but the weather does start to improve, and we're looking at a warm-up with sunshine as we look ahead to Tuesday and Wednesday. We'll be right back.
Chief Meteorologist Bill Cardis.
A lovely day today, a very warm afternoon. Yesterday we were talking about isolated storms. Well, here's the isolated storm. This is a live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. It's across northern Oneida County, north of Rome. This is heading very slowly to the north and east, moving towards Woodgate, Forestport, eventually towards Alder Creek. Some locally heavy rainfall, even some lightning detected with this. This is going to pass north of the Mohawk Valley. We'll be seeing more showers and thunderstorms as we head into tomorrow. 84 degrees is the current temperature. The dew point's up to 65. It is turning increasingly more humid. It's going to be a muggy night tonight. A good night for the air conditioner if you have it. Showers, thunderstorms are expected tomorrow. A generally cool, unsettled weather pattern ahead, but it's temporary. It does look like we're going to climb out of some cooler weather here looking ahead. Partly sunny skies. Again, an isolated storm this evening. Temperatures in the upper 70s. We've got to look at some rain as we head into tomorrow and how much we can expect across the area, and that's coming up. Kristen, back to you.
A showcase of food, beverage.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Cardis.
Good evening. A very warm day today. We didn't officially hit 90 degrees at Griffiths and Rome, but it was pretty close. High temperature unofficially 87. We'll get the official numbers in 2 hours. Live look in downtown Utica. Things look pretty quiet, at least in Utica this evening, a temperature of 83. But it is a different story to the north. There are a couple of downpours and some rumbles of thunder taking place across northern Oneida County up towards Boonville. This is slowly pushing to the north and east, heading towards Woodgate, Forestport, eventually towards Old Forge. It's a slow mover. Some downpours, gusty winds, rumbles of thunder, flashes of lightning expected as this rolls through. This is expected to pass north of the Mohawk Valley. Wanted to give a shout out to the young ones today. I got a chance to visit Cooperstown Elementary School and got a chance to answer a lot of their questions about thunderstorms, tornadoes, hurricanes. Seems to be a very popular topic this time of the year. Looking to cut the lawn, it's going to be tough to do over the next couple of days with rain in the forecast. Our MoCast is brought to you by Clinton Tractor. Some thunderstorms tomorrow afternoon could produce some gusty winds and locally heavy rain, but the overall severe weather risk is low. If you are going to be spending some time outdoors, I want you to download our Storm Tracker 2 weather app. It's very easy to do. You can see this blue box on your screen. You can just put your phone up to that, scan that code. That'll take you to our Storm Tracker 2 weather app. It's free, and it's a way you can keep track of conditions outdoors if you don't have easy access to a television. It's a very easy way, again, to keep track of things. Skywatchers checking in. Clinton, 84 degrees. Norway, Donna with 81. Stewart and Cooperstown, 78. A very warm day across central New York. This cold front will be affecting our weather tomorrow, producing widespread showers and storms. Tonight, a very warm night. Overnight lows only in the mid-60s. Showers and thunderstorms are expected. The best chance tomorrow afternoon as that cold front arrives. temperatures will climb into the upper 70s. Noticeably cooler weather arrives beginning tomorrow night. And then on Friday, scattered showers will be the name of the game as low pressure arrives from the northwest. A breezy and much cooler day with highs only in the low 70s. Rainfall totals over the next 24 hours look to average reaching about a ½ an inch to an inch of rain. There could be some locally higher amounts in case any storms slow down or sit over one spot for too long. Muggy thunderstorms late tonight, low of 66. Tomorrow, showers and thunderstorms, 77 for the high. Storm Tracker 2 7-day forecast, breezy, cool, heading through the weekend and into Monday, but the weather does start to warm up, and we'll see a pretty big turnaround as we head into next week with temperatures in the upper 70s by Wednesday.
All right, Bill, thank you.
Still to come on News Channel 2, it's just Bill Curtis. Obviously, we're having some technical difficulties here. You got to come way over here. See, he's here. There he is.
Take my word for it.
Can we take the live radar full screen, Cam? Okay, we're still having problems. I tell you what, why don't we take a commercial break, see if we can fix all of this. We'll come right back. Bill's all good with that. We'll come right back, and when we do, we'll have much more news for you. Stay with us. First look at the forecast with Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis, and we want to talk about what was going on tonight down in Maryland, specifically outside of Baltimore. Tornadoes.
Yeah, confirmed tornadoes. This one made a pass just south of Baltimore. I mean, it's wild. Tornadoes, we don't think of them as hitting big cities, but they can. One of the reasons why they don't is just big cities don't take up a lot of area. And so we did see several tornadoes in this area, in the Maryland area tonight. That same weather system is going to be impacting us tomorrow, but in a different way. We're not expecting this here in upstate New York. However, locally heavy rain, gusty winds, that is possible. The bigger thing that's going to happen is we're going to see a pretty big change in our weather as this cold front arrives. Tomorrow's high temperature is 77. We hit 88, by the way, today. We missed hitting 90, but not by much. And we're not going to be close to that here over the next several days with unsettled weather around, scattered showers, and much cooler weather ahead. Cloudy skies, a current temperature of 75. It is very mild out there this evening. And tonight, looking at just a couple of passing showers. A few thunderstorms are expected to roll in late tonight, a low temperature of only 66. Again, we're tracking some showers and storms for tomorrow, along with cooler weather ahead. And look at the forecast coming up. Jason, back to you.
Bill, thank you. A $5 million.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis.
Good evening. Welcome back. We are taking a live look in downtown Utica. It is a mild evening, a temperature of 75 degrees. It's a great night to run the air conditioner if you have it. If the house has been very uncomfortable and if you've been just getting a little frustrated with the heat, I do have some good news for you. The weather is going to cool down over the next couple of days. So we are tracking some wet weather to the west. This is a live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. Tracking some showers and even a few thunderstorms out towards Buffalo. This is heading to the east, and this is going to be our weather maker as we head into tomorrow. The risk for severe weather tomorrow is low, but it's not zero. The Storm Prediction Center has us highlighted what they call marginal risk. We could see some gusty winds and some locally heavy rain with the storms that arrive tomorrow afternoon. We are always staying vigilant. And if you are planning on being outdoors tomorrow, what I'd like you to do, if you don't already have this, is download our Storm Tracker 2 weather app. You can use your phone, scan this blue box that you see here on your screen. This is a QR code. It'll take you right to the App Store. It's a free app. And again, it gives you information if you're not near a television on if storms are coming your way, if lightning strikes are nearby or locally heavy rain, or if there's any severe weather. And you can customize all the alerts that you want to get on your phone. The MoCast, well, it's not looking great over the next couple of days with rain in the forecast. It's going to be hard to get the lawn cut here over the next couple of days. Our MoCast is brought to you by Clinton Tractor. Again, tracking this cold front that moves in as we head into tomorrow. Widespread showers and thunderstorms expected. We are tracking, again, that line of storms to arrive tomorrow afternoon. Overnight, we could see a few thunderstorms late. Temperatures fall into the mid-60s. Thunderstorms are most likely tomorrow afternoon between about 1 to 3 p.m. Again, some gusty winds are possible. This line rolls through. We might see a few breaks of sunshine before the day is done. but then more showers arrive. And in general, we get into this unsettled weather pattern on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday as low pressure sits overhead, producing widespread showers, especially during the daytime. A lot of the shower activity will be driven by the heating of the sun, so they'll be most likely in the afternoon. Rainfall totals, again, they will range widely across their area, but we could see as much as an inch of rain, some locally higher totals too, as those showers and storms roll through. Muggy tonight, thunderstorms possible late, low temperatures in the mid-60s. Tomorrow, showers and thunderstorms, a high of 77. Storm Tracker 2 7-day forecast, breezy, cooler as we head into the weekend with highs only in the upper 60s, showers possible even through Monday, but the weather looks to change. We should see some sunshine returning as we look ahead to Tuesday and Wednesday. We'll be right back.